You can use LIV with TribeXR, so any avatars you can make for LIV. Now my trouble is, me and TribeXR don't get along with my index controllers, and I'm so used to Serato that me and TribeXR just don't get along right now at all. So I'm going to give this a shot real quick, just a demo, but mostly I'm just demoing this avatar. This is still the VRM avatar. I just figured out how to do a little more with the hair. That wasn't so great, but you fuck. Shit. Can't hardly. Dang it. Well, I've tried. Got potential, but I might try it again with my Oculus, my original CV1. That's the PC I have all my music on now anyways. Oh, I don't know why it's jacking the tempo like that. Weird. Okay. There's no way to adjust the tempo if you've... There's shift. Okay, so because I was synced and this one had this one maxed out, I can't drop the tempo or can't raise the tempo in this. But why is it? I don't know. Anyway, so yeah, I just can't really use these anymore. When I first started using TribeXR, well, there's a couple things going on. There's the index controllers. Definitely, since they have since you actually grip to grip, using a grip button, using a physical grip instead of having a grip button to use with this program is not really an advantage. On just about everything else where you normally would want a grip, having an actual grip is pretty cool. But for TribeXR, where they were using the grip to kind of pretend you were grabbing you're not actually really gripping the buttons. It's just the way you pretend you're gripping the buttons. And in real life, you don't grip a button with your whole hands. And so that's where the problem seems to come in for the index controllers for me with this program. And then, I don't know, I think the angle that it's pointing at is not compensating for the index. No. Okay, so yeah, no, with the angle is fairly close to a natural hand movement with the Oculus controllers in this app. For the index, it's off. I mean, you're like pouring shots instead of grabbing buttons. So that definitely doesn't help. But then, and maybe that's most of it, because then I'm doing a bunch of things I don't intend when I'm trying to beat match everything else. So tried to beat match, still messed up. So tried to just go with sync, and then I'm still hitting other things and messing up. Accidentally hitting the track search when I'm trying to set loops, so anyways, so then the thing is, I'm used to Serato DJ Pro and Serato controllers now, and so I do a lot of, I'm used to the effects and everything else. I'm used to having just a full range of cues already set, and and then auto loop and a lot of nice functions. So I don't have the talent to work a CDJ setup or even a virtual one to the same level I can using my Serato controller. So anyways, but being able to use these avatars and stuff, adding that, it just really would create, I would love to be able to do this better and do some more streaming with it, just because it's fun. It's cool to have these options. But anyways, all right, so I digress. I'm going to wrap it up with this, because I'm definitely not cranking out a set worth listening to. But thank you for watching, and have a good one. I recommend all these programs I'm using, though. LIV, in the TribeXR, even though I struggle with it with an index, if you weren't used to using it with the CV1 or something like that, it's worth giving it a shot. But anyways, I still, TribeXR works pretty impressively for what it was. Before I had a better controller, it was basically on par. It was kind of 6 one, half a dozen the other, whether I used TribeXR or whether I used my entry-level controller. And but once I had my Roland DJ 808, I was kind of ruined for TribeXR. Like at that point, some additional levels of options I was putting into my mixes, I just flat out couldn't do, even if everything else worked out for me. So basically, I don't have any incentive to really make this work for me now. Other than, it could be cool to do these virtual streams, do a VTubing stream would be pretty cool. And, the TribeXR already includes the Oculus Avatar access, but obviously there's much better avatars than those available if someone wants to use LIV with this. And you can do LIV mixed reality. Nobody's done it, but if you wanted to, you could attempt to use mixed reality with this program and see how that looks. So, where you would see your physical self on these virtual decks. So if you're somebody that's going to use TribeXR and you don't have a real DJ setup, then you may find it very fun to actually do a mixed reality stream where you put yourself in on these virtual decks. For me, since I have a real setup, if I'm, I don't really have any reason to go virtual or to go mixed reality on virtual decks, but especially when I feel crippled by the features. But part of this also, guys, when I'm saying I'm not trying to, I'm impressed with what they've done with this program, is what I'm trying to say. That even though it's not working for me, I'm not at all trying to take away from TribeXR, especially for Oculus users. But I would struggle on real CDJs, and I don't even know if I'd like it. I mean, I know they're the club standard or whatever, but I'm just not familiar with them. I'm not used to using them, and I wouldn't prefer them for most of my sets, I don't think. But I do watch some DJs that use them, and I see how they work them, and so I know they're obviously great equipment, but it's not what I'm familiar with. And so now that I'm used to having a better Serato controller than an entry-level controller, ever since I'm coming in and not only struggling with some of the areas where I just struggle with this app, but then I'm also losing just so many features I'm used to. And so that changes it for me, but that's just me. So hopefully that all makes sense. And a little rambly, but mostly, just demonstrating this again, this VRM model avatar. I made that in Vroid, and it was pretty quick. It was without any real experience. I checked out Vroid before, and I wasn't impressed by the options, and I didn't really try any harder, but figured out how to paint the hair and color the textures in there, and just seeing that I could simply save the file, click export, drag and drop that to LIV, and have it available in full function. That's pretty cool. I'm impressed with that. So, all right, I'm out with that, and thank you for watching. Have a good day.